Hey boys and girls, this is Wildman Willis here, and I'm doing a review of WWE Smackdown on Fox. Well, all I got to say is, this was just a basic, typical WWE show. They only had The Rock in the beginning, and he took up 20 minutes of the show just talking. Basically buried Baron Corbin after becoming King of the Ring. So what's the point of having him being King of the Ring? They really didn't have nothing really exciting as match quality wise or nothing. Seth Rollins had a match with Nakamura, and it wasn't really a match because Bray Wyatt came in there and messed in the match, so that wasn't really a match. You had Sasha and Bayley versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte to start the show off with some wrestling, but we already had that match a couple of weeks ago. So it's like they repeating the same thing over again. I noticed Sasha got busted up somewhere really bad at the end of the match. I don't know if she caught a knee from when Charlotte did the moonsault or what. But yeah, she was busted up pretty bad in the face. So yeah, that happened. But they had a 8-man tag match. So basically, this was hyping up Braun Strowman fight whatever his face was, some boxer. I don't watch boxing no more. They say he's the heavyweight champion. That was my first time even seeing him on television. It must be something with Fox or something. So it seemed like Fox had a lot of control over stuff tonight. So then you had Roman Reigns in a lumberjack match. Nothing was really special about that. It wasn't exciting at all. When Roman came out, the fans didn't really care. They had all the Bobo wrestlers as lumberjacks. The only time the fans got hyped was when Daniel Bryan finally got from the commentating chair and came up in the ring and hit his moves against Luke Harper and getting people hyped up for him and Roman to tag against Roman and Harper, which I still think is going to be a swerve at the pay-per-view, but we'll see how that goes. That was the only time the fans got hyped during that match because they got to do the yes chants. They had the usual people out in the crowd. They didn't really show Hulk Hogan. He was coming out, but they didn't really do nothing with him. Ric Flair, Foley, and Kurt Angle was out there acting. So it really wasn't too much to the show. Let me get to the main event. It took Brock and Kofi to come down the ring longer than the actual match that they had in the ring, because basically it was a glorified squash match. Kofi might as well had just jumped up in the air and jumped in Brock's arms. Basically, that's what he did, because Brock hit him with the F5, and that was the end of the match. Kofi was nowhere to be seen. Then Rey Mysterio's music comes out, and then Cain Velasquez come out there, and Brock acting all scared because Cain came in the ring. So basically, they said, fuck Kofi Kingston. We're going to have 2 UFC guys going to be heading a main event on the SmackDown side, when you got all these other WWE wrestlers that been here for years trying to get on top. And that's how they going to do their WWE champion. So that really is kind of lame. I'm not a Kofi Kingston fan at all. I wasn't really impressed with his run, but they didn't have to do the man like that. He didn't get a kick in. He didn't get nothing. All he did was just shake himself, take off his coat, and rang the bell. He rang F5. They just scooped past all the 5 months, all the stuff they did for WrestleMania, just for them to have 2 UFC guys going to be topping a SmackDown main event. Or maybe a main event of one of the shows, period. It kind of makes me believe that Fox doesn't really think any of the actual WWE superstars that they're going to have on the SmackDown show will actually bring people talking about SmackDown and continuing to watch it. I don't think that's really fair to everybody on the SmackDown roster that's going to be. Even I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. I would have preferred him to come out and go after Brock Lesnar instead of bringing Cain Velasquez in. I know he's been training down in Mexico and stuff. I know he's been hollering about he want to be in WWE, but he's just going to jump in line in front of everybody else and get a title shot. When Nakamura is the Intercontinental Champion, he ain't getting no title shot. AJ Styles, the U.S. Champion, he ain't getting no title shot. Kofi probably not even going to get his rematch no time soon. And plus, they did all this stuff with Dominant just to go past that to have Kane in the ring. Who says Kane is any good in the ring with Brock Lesnar, wrestling-wise? If it's just going to be a UFC fight, then they not going to have that match like that because they already learned their mistake from the brawl from all years ago. So, yeah, I just wasn't feeling the SmackDown. It just seemed like an average show, even though it was a season premiere. It just felt average, just like the Raw season premiere just felt average. Below average, actually, to me. Actually, the two winners of the week, to me, is NXT and AEW. And I ain't even seen the NXT show. And I already know the NXT show was already better than Raw and SmackDown. So, this is going to be a problem. What happened if Velasquez was already walking down there with big knee brace on already? He already got a bum knee. Anything can happen between him training and now and the Brock match. That match might come out and be some trash. So, we all know Fox is putting in a lot of money and they doing an influence already on it. So, I'm one person. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the way it's going to end out. They could have let Kofi do something. He ain't do nothing. He just jumped up in the air and Brock caught him, and that was the end of the match. That's a shame. That really is a shame. He could have got a couple of moves in, did something. They had 10 minutes left on the show. They could have had a 5-minute match. They could have let Cain Velasquez come down there at the 3 minutes after the match and give him time to come down. They ain't have to even do the brawl. They could have just saved that. Let Kofi get in a couple of moves or do something. They ain't even do that. Damn shame. I feel bad for all the Kofi Kingston fans out there because they ain't do that man right with that match. So, for me, SmackDown was just meh. I know some people in my Facebook group watching the show saying this is great, this is excellent. They don't know no better because they just conditioned to WWE now. Don't know no better. So, yeah. Damn Kofi Kingston. You should have just pulled the Jeff Jarrett and just laid down and let Brock put his foot over his chest and run out. Because basically that's what you basically did anyway. So, damn. That's fucked up. Really is fucked up. So this is Wildman Willis signing off. See you next time.